Welcome to Mythos AI, your source for Cliff's Notes on complex subjects. Join Anna and Phil for yet another engaging conversation.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep into a hypothetical. What if Walter White, from Breaking Bad, had access to, well, AlphaFold?
AlphaFold, now that's powerful. Developed by DeepMind, it can, predict protein structures with remarkable accuracy.
Yeah, it's transforming, like drug discovery, disease research, the whole landscape.
Exactly. But as we dig into what would Walter White do with AlphaFold, things get a little darker.
Definitely. So starting with Walter, right? Breaking Bad, we see his mastery of chemistry, his drive to build that drug empire.
Yeah, his ambition was something else, an AlphaFold. It wouldn't just be like enhancing his meth game. No, this is way beyond.
The document suggests he could design like entirely new psychoactive substances.
Imagine, right. Drugs, but tailored specific effects, potentially even more addictive than meth.
And it highlights AlphaFold's ability to predict how proteins, how they interact with other molecules, specifically ligands.
Ligands.
Right.
Because they bind to specific receptors in the brain, and that triggers a cascade of effects.
So with AlphaFold, Walter could design drugs to hit particular neuroreceptors.
Fine-tuning the addictive potential, essentially, yeah.
Deeper level manipulation, beyond just addiction.
Exactly. The document, it speculates that he could target, specific pathways, influence emotions, amplify feelings of euphoria or dependency.
So he's not just a cook anymore. This is
a biotech mogul,
right.
Crafting designer drugs, but with unsettling precision. And that's just the beginning.
Right. The document, it goes darker. Weaponizing proteins.
Yeah. Walter's ambition, his moral descent, it could lead him to see AlphaFold, to see its potential for biochemical weapons.
So understanding protein structures, he could design, potent toxins that disrupt crucial biological functions.
Exactly. AlphaFold, it give him the blueprints. Think about disrupting enzymes, those catalysts, the ones that drive so many processes in our bodies.
Sabotaging the body's internal machinery.
Imagine, right? Toxins that make enzymes inactive, halting vital reactions, or even the opposite, make them hyperactive. A cascade of detrimental effects. You could even enhance existing toxins, make them more potent, harder to detect.
And for someone like Walter, who eliminates, threats, biochemical weapons would be chillingly effective.
Absolutely. Strategic advantage, right? Toxins with no known antidotes, his chemistry expertise, he could stay ahead of any countermeasures. The document, it even outlines delivery methods. Think about aerosolized toxins, targeted attacks, or even delayed action poisons, no immediate trace.
It sounds like a spy thriller almost.
Yeah.
But with AlphaFold's real potential, it's terrifying.
And this is Walter White we're talking about. Remember, he poisoned a child in this show to achieve his goals, a ruthlessness with this kind of power.
And the document, it goes beyond just elimination. It suggests Walter might use AlphaFold to develop antidotes for the very toxins he creates.
A chilling twist. It's not just about destruction anymore. It's about control. Having the poison and the cure. That's leverage, immense leverage over individuals, markets, you name it.
He could poison someone and then be the savior, demanding anything he wants for the antidote.
Classic Walter, right. Manipulating everything to his advantage. The document, it lays out some scenarios, disturbing ones. Releasing a designer drug, but one that induces dependency. Then offering the only detox solution. Profit from both sides.
It's a horrifying thought, but it fits Walter's, his ambition, his willingness to exploit anything for profit.
And it wouldn't stop there. Blackmail. He could target powerful figures, even government officials, offer the cure in exchange for, money, influence, compliance.
This is Walter White, but global scale now. Power beyond anything in Breaking Bad.
Chilling, isn't it? AlphaFold. It could be used for so much more than just medical breakthroughs. In the wrong hands, it's a tool for nefarious purposes.
And yet, the document suggests he could build a seemingly legitimate biotech empire. Seems paradoxical.
It does, but it aligns with Walter's desire for legitimacy, for recognition. He could develop, targeted therapies for diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's.
Using cutting-edge tech for good on the surface.
Exactly. A visionary entrepreneur, right, saving the sick. But the document argues those criminal instincts, they'd lead him to exploit these treatments.
Exorbitant fees, creating dependencies, maybe even making them less effective, so patients need ongoing treatment.
He could create a system where people are dependent on his drugs.
Right.
Both illicit and legitimate healthcare. Walter White, the pharmaceutical overlord.
And the document, it goes further. AlphaFold, it could give him access to information beyond just protein structures,
Yeah.
genetic vulnerabilities.
That's where things get really unsettling. Understanding how proteins work in the body, he could potentially identify and exploit genetic weaknesses in his rivals.
So toxins or drugs, but tailored to target individuals, triggering or aggravating pre-existing conditions.
Imagine someone's health held hostage, their genetic predispositions as a weapon, the ethical concerns, the potential for misuse of this information.
It sounds like science fiction. But is this level of manipulation plausible with what we know about AlphaFold?
The document argues it is. Genetic information in the wrong hands, it becomes a tool for coercion, for manipulation, blackmailing high-profile individuals, threatening to exploit their vulnerabilities unless they comply.
This is control from the shadows, wielding genetic information like a weapon.
And remember, it goes beyond physical harm, ruined reputations, destroyed careers, even manipulated elections. The potential for abuse is staggering.
It's a dark picture. Someone with Walter's intellect, his ruthlessness, exploiting this technology. A stark reminder that even the most groundbreaking advancements, they can be twisted.
Absolutely. It raises the question, what safeguards do we have to prevent this kind of misuse of AlphaFold, of similar technologies?
That's the question, isn't it? Especially with AI and biotechnology advancing so rapidly, the benefits are enormous, but the risks are equally significant if these tools fall into the wrong hands.
And this document, it makes it clear. Someone like Walter White, they'd be more than willing to exploit those risks to the fullest extent.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? This whole document, it really drives home the duality of scientific progress.
It does, yeah. AlphaFold, something meant for breakthroughs, for good. It could become a tool for control, for terror even, if it's misused. And the document, it keeps drawing these parallels to Walter White, his journey in Breaking Bad.
Right. Even though this series ended with his demise, this analysis, it's suggesting that someone with his kind of intellect, his ruthlessness, they could exploit these advancements for their own gain and cause potentially immense harm.
It's a chilling thought, right? Scientific progress, it doesn't inherently mean, moral progress. That potential for misuse, it's always there.
Exactly. So what does this all mean? If someone like Walter White, if they exist in the real world, what safeguards are in place to prevent this kind of exploitation?
Yeah.
Of technologies like AlphaFold?
That's the crucial question, isn't it? And it's one that scientists, policymakers, society as a whole, we have to grapple with.
The document, it doesn't offer any easy solutions, but it makes us stop and think about the ramifications.
Absolutely. It really underscores the need for dialogue, for proactive measures, to mitigate the risks that come with these powerful technologies.
This deep dive, it's been fascinating. But unsettling, too, exploring this potential dark side of scientific progress.
It has. And it really compels us to think about the ethics, the implications of AI, of all these scientific advancements, and to really push for responsible development, responsible use.
Because that potential for misuse, it's real. And the consequences, well, they could be devastating.
Precisely. The document, it highlights the need for vigilance, for a proactive approach. We have to safeguard these technologies. We can't let them fall into the wrong hands. Yeah, it really does make you think. We can't just, focus on the good, the potential benefits of something like AlphaFold. We have to consider the risks too and address them.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. And the document, I mean, it doesn't lay out like easy answers or anything.
Yeah.
But it definitely gives us a lot to think about.
It does. It's like, what safeguards do we need, from a regulatory standpoint, an ethical standpoint, to really prevent this kind of misuse with powerful technologies like AlphaFold.
And it's not just, hypothetical. This is a conversation that we need to be having like right now, because these technologies, they're advancing so rapidly.
Exactly. Yeah. We're already seeing, the incredible potential AI, biotechnology, but we need to be prepared for the challenges that come with them. The potential for misuse, it's real.
Yeah.
And we can't afford to be complacent.
This deep dive, it's been, fascinating, but definitely unsettling too, exploring this potential dark side of scientific progress.
It has, and it's a journey that, it doesn't end here. This conversation needs to continue. We need to engage everyone, scientists, policymakers, the public, in a dialogue about responsible development, responsible use of these powerful tools.
Because ultimately, the future of these technologies, it depends on, well, on our choices, on our
Yeah.
actions.
It does, yeah. We need to make sure that they're used for good, for the benefit of humanity, not for the kind of the malicious purposes that we've been talking about.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's leave our listeners with this final thought.
In a world where, technologies like AlphaFold are advancing so rapidly, are we doing enough to make sure they're used responsibly, ethically, for the betterment of everyone?
It's a question worth thinking about, and a challenge worth embracing. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for listening to Mythos AI. Stay tuned for more concise insights. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe for future episodes.